And so with that understanding, the question now becomes, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with the dream of the dreamer? What are we going to do now, young people, with the life and the legacy of this great man? What are you going to do, young people, when you leave here today having all the fun that you having? Go back to your schools. What are you going to do to make sure that that man didn't lay in blood in vain? Well, I believe today that if we're going to make sure Dr. King did not live his life in vain, if we're going to see the achievement of the dream, then we've got to take a new attitude that says we're going to rise up and take our place. Look at that person next to you and say, rise up, take your place. Rise up, take your place. What do you mean, boy, to rise up and take your place? Well, young people, you've got to understand that Dr. King died for the life that you have the opportunity to live for right now. And rise up and take your place says that I'm going to stop letting things block me from a life that I am entitled to have. Many of us right now today, whether you young or old, you're bound in your life because you don't feel like you're entitled to life. For example, when we think about the American dream, somebody says, how can I take my place in a dream that does not include me? Today our theme is unity through diversity. But one of the many obstacles to unity in America is the sentiment of millions of people who feel like the American dream has a sign on it that says white and rich only. I can't believe you said that. I don't know where you think you are. This is a freedom rally where we speak truth to power. You might not like me. You don't got to invite me back. You can keep the check. It looks like that the American dream has a sign on it that says rich and white only. And so young people look at us and they say, boy, I'm not rich. I might not be white. How can I take my dream when it's easier for me to go to prison than it is for me to go to college? How can I take my place in a dream where it's easier for me to go to a liquor store than to find a job? How can I take my place when I've given up hope on the American dream? I sit down and I look around and become a product of my unfair environment. So young people, we function, but we are not working. We're living, but we're not alive. We're married, but we're not loving. Educated, but we're not learning. In America, but not American. How can I take my place when I don't even know my place?